Hello and welcome back. Today I am going to talk about the top 5 things that I think you should know before going to Japan. These are just the things that I think that is not discussed a lot in most of the videos that I did watch when planning our trip. And I just think that if I could do it differently, I would do these things. So, I mean, maybe you have heard of them or not, but I just thought that this would be a good video to talk about that. I do have a list here, so you're going to see me look down every once in a while. It's just so that I wouldn't forget what I wanted to say. All right, so if I were to plan my trip again and to do it all over, this is my top 5 things. All right, first thing is, I've heard everyone say this, and I would say it's 100% true, is book all of the big ticket items way in advance. Unfortunately for me, we got our tickets kind of at the last minute because we were getting a deal on our flights. So it was just easier to make sure that we were booking the flights. And then we had mishaps with passports for the baby, and Kyle had to renew his passports as well. So you gotta make sure all of your things are set and in order before booking your trip. But the best tip is, once you've had the trip booked and everything's ready, make sure as soon as possible book the big ticket things. So if you know that you want to go to Universal Studios, or you want to go to do, I don't know, whatever activity it is that you want to go to, Disney World, or you want to go to some big theme park type thing, book the tickets early because they do sell out really quickly, especially if your trip ends up being on some sort of a holiday or falls on some sort of an occasion where not just the tourist people are going to be there, but also locals. So definitely do that. Number 2, decide whether you're going to get your JR pass early. So as soon as you book your big ticket items and where they're located, make sure that you decide when and if you're going to book for a JR pass. Traveling Japan is not like just going from, New York to Boston or whatever, right? Once you're in the city of Japan, once you're in like Tokyo and you're trying to get somewhere else. So if you're going to Tokyo and you're leaving from Tokyo, you're going to Osaka, for instance, it's a long drive. So your mode of transportations is very limited based up on your budget. So if you have an infinite amount of budget, you can fly there, which is fairly decent price, but you get there very quickly. You can take the train, which could take a couple of hours, but it can get pricey, especially if you're going with more than one person. With us, we were going with a family. And then you can take local buses and things like that. But again, that takes a long time. So my suggestion is that you should definitely figure out where all of those things are located, and then decide if it's feasible for you to book a JR pass. If you're going more than 1 or 2 places in Japan, so if you're going to like Tokyo, you want to go to Sendai, and then you want to go to like Hiroshima, they're in 3 different places on different parts of the island, and you should definitely figure out when you want to do that, how long you're going to be there, and book your JR pass accordingly, right? So we found different ways to get around certain things, and there are places that we weren't able to go to, which sucked. But that just means that we have to plan a trip for another time. But to avoid having to not have the things that you want, or going the places that you want to go to, make sure you decide all of those things in advance, okay? All right. My tip for that, though, the third tip is, so that you know where you're going to be, place those things on your map. So if you go into your Google Maps, which you'll be using quite a lot when you're in Japan, my suggestion is, on the map, save the places where you're going to go. So what hotels that you like, where they're located, what major attractions you're going to, and where they're located. And then any shops and stores and things like that in between that you want to go to, and find out where they're located and have it all situated on the map. So that way what you will do is you'll see the pockets of the areas where things are, and you'll know where you want to book your hotel. I recommend booking your hotel within the central areas of where those things are located, or you book them closest to the nearest train line that leads you to those places. So when we were in Tokyo, we booked, it was only a couple of stops away from any of the major train lines, so that way we can jump on a local train to get us to any major stations that feed into other areas in Japan. So that way it just made it more convenient to get places. So definitely use your maps to your advantage and place the things that you want to go to, the attractions and stuff like that, in the maps, so it's easily to find. And then also look at different hotels that you like. You don't have to book all of your hotels in advance. We didn't do that because there were some that we liked and some that we didn't. But if there were popular ones that we wanted to go see, then we do suggest book them in advance because they do book out really quickly. But yeah, definitely do that with your maps. Okay, biggest tip, do not overpack. Oh my gosh, we had 5 suitcases. One of them broke, so we had to buy one while we were there. So we bought this really big one from the Don Quixote because, I mean, they have all the suitcases and all the little trinkets and things that you need for your trip. The wheel broke off of it. There's nothing we could have done. It's just what happened. So we bought another luggage. That luggage, we compiled 2 suitcases worth of stuff in them to make it easier to carry around. And that was always the suitcase that we stored away before going to certain places, unless we were going to a hotel that we were going to stay at for an extended period of time. And we were just going to travel back and forth from that specific hotel. But a lot of Japanese hotels are small, they're tiny. Or even if they have space, again, it's 2 adults and 2 kids that are in that space. So you want to make sure that you are carrying less luggage. If you do not have the option, like in our case, we needed, a suitcase for each adult, and then a suitcase for bringing home all of the trinkets that we have back, and a suitcase for the kids. So we had 4 suitcases by the end of the trip. So it's just easier to try and condense it. Most hotels in Japan have some sort of a laundry situation there that you can pay to utilize. And if you don't want to use the laundry there, or if it's full or anything, there's coin laundries everywhere. So you can find a place to wash your clothes if you need to wash your clothes. So I suggest, if you're going for longer than a week, only pack a week's worth of clothes, and then make it more like a capsule type wardrobe where you have more tops than bottoms. So that way you can change your tops more frequently, because if you're going in a warmer climate, you will get sweatier. So you want to change more frequently and that sort of stuff. So you have multiple options, and they're lighter to carry, so you can carry smaller luggage, and then just carry a couple of different types of bottoms, like a jean, a short, a skirt, leggings, whatever. It's just, things that are easily to pack. That's my suggestion. Minimize your luggage as much as possible. If you can get away with just a carry-on and then buying a luggage to put whatever souvenirs you're coming back with, or carry one big luggage, like average size luggage that fits for, hi. Minerva's over there. One big luggage that you carry, that would be the only one that you're carrying with you in like a backpack. Then you're good to go. And if you need extra space or something, you can always buy like a carry-on to put any extra bits when you're leaving. That's my suggestion. So less luggage, so you don't have to haul shit around. But Japan is also really convenient in the sense that every single train station has a place for you to store your luggage. So even if you are going somewhere for the day and you have to carry luggage with you because you're going to another hotel or another destination, you can always leave it at a train station. I do have a short a video that I posted that shows you that when we utilized that method when we were going from Osaka to Kyoto, or Hiroshima to Kyoto, one of them. So utilize those lockers if you need to. It is beneficial and it is feasible. It's not that expensive. Also, some train stations will have actual like a depot section. It's like a person that just has like a little pop-up that you can store the luggage in there if the lockers are full. They're usually at like major train stations that are super busy, like Osaka Station or Kyoto Station, or like, you know, like the big major stations. They'll have those little depots where you can drop them off and a person will keep it there for you for the day for a fee. Okay, and the last thing I would say is cash. Bring cash. Have cash. Japan is still a very much cash society. Yes, they do have the option for debit. Hold on. Did you drop your stuff? There you go. So yeah, they do have the option for using debit or credit machines and things like that, but it's usually major businesses, like if you're going to McDonald's or if you're going to a coffee shop, or newer businesses that just have been, you know, just popped up, or newer attractions will have those sort of things, or big places that like when you're going to the Pokemon Center or, you know, Nintendo World or any of that sort of stuff, they will have machines. But if you're going to like a cute little mom and pop shop to pick up a souvenir or to get some food or something like that, you're definitely going to need cash. Hi. You want attention? Mama's chatty. So you're definitely going to need, can I borrow this for like 5 seconds? Thank you. Wow. She wants my attention. So I'm wrapping up the video. So yes, my last tip is bring cash with you. You need it for those small things. Like we had gone to this place, I think it was in Kyoto, and they had like little shops and stuff and little trinkets in there. They didn't take card. And they had really nice things. Or like in Hiroshima, there's that place that I found that had all of the fun paintings and the trinkets and whatnot. And I love that kind of stuff. If I didn't have cash, I wouldn't have been able to purchase it. I would have to go and find myself a 7-Eleven to get cash out, and then it's a whole process, and then you're gonna walk back and try to find that shop and all that sort of thing. So have at least $100 worth of cash on you at all times, at the minimum. It's a safe place. Japan's very safe, so nobody's gonna go and try and steal your money from you or anything like that. Just make sure it's secure, but have cash. Cash is king. But yeah, those are my 5 things that I would do differently, or that I noticed right away as we were going through the trip, that would make it go a little bit more smoother, and we would have been able to do a lot more things, or, you know, purchase fun, cute things. Yeah, so I hope you guys like that, and I will see you in the next video. If there are more tips and tricks that you would like to know about Japan, I will definitely do a video on that. I am planning to do my best kept secrets that I found about the trip, so I will do that in the next video. Okay, all right, thanks guys, and I will see you next time. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah. Okay, bye.